Well, it took me 10 years. I was a Christian for 10 years, and I was listening for the voice of God and couldn't hear it. Because inside my head, there's no voice, there's just thoughts. And so I didn't know why I couldn't hear a voice. Because Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice. I said, I'm a sheep. I've asked you into my heart, but there is no voice in my head. And I asked people what his voice sounded like. They said, well, you know that you know. And I said, no, I don't know that I know. And no one could simply say to me, God's voice sounds like spontaneous thoughts that light upon your mind while your eyes are fixed on Jesus. No one could spit that sentence out. And finally, I took a year. I had a thought come to me, take a year of your life and learn to hear God's voice.
You took a year?
Yeah, I was pastoring a church. So all my Bible study that year was on the voice of God. All my preaching was. All my experimentation was. Every conference I went to was on the voice of God.
You didn't stop working.
Didn't stop working.
You just made it your focus.
I just my focus. Every square minute I could squeeze out of a week, was on this topic. And of course, the thought that came to me to take that year was actually God's voice telling me that. But again, I hadn't defined God's voice as spontaneous thoughts. But I did honor the thought. I took the year. And then by the middle of the year, I had learned 4 keys to hearing God's voice.